How much does a subject matter expert make? There is no salary cap for subject matter experts, but most are still thinking like employees. If your expertise solves real problems, then your income should reflect that. How many problems are you solving? And if expertise is so valuable, then why are so many subject matter experts underpaid, or they're stuck charging by the hour? Well, let's dive right in. The first thing that we're going to explore is belief. Okay, so most subject matter experts, they limit themselves to the role of a job or a consulting role. And the term subject matter expert is often treated as like a line item on your resume. It's just a credential for this job that you get hired for. Now, even those that are encouraged to start their own business are encouraged to sell their time, like charge an hourly rate. Well, I'm here to tell you that the belief that you're only worth what someone is willing to pay you, that is really outdated. There's a much better way. Let's look at the market and see what people are actually paying for subject matter experts. What are the actual incomes? Well, those that have hourly or salary type positions, their income will range from about $50,000 as high as $150,000. So there's a big range there. Now, if you've been in the industry a long time and you've gotten pay raises and promotions, that number is reported to be as high as $187,000 per year. But then we have to take a step back and realize that there are some that are making zero. They are subject matter experts. In fact, they are the top person in their field or in their niche, and yet they're making zero. And there are other people that are making millions per year. So why is that? The key difference is whether they've learned to turn that expertise into solving a problem and if they can build a business. So expertise alone doesn't necessarily mean success. So I can have expertise, and just to make it simple, let's say I was at point A and I was able to get myself to point B. So now I've got experience. I know how I did it. I knew what didn't work, but I knew what succeeded. And let's say it's a challenging thing, and I figured it out finally, and I got to point B. So now I have knowledge and wisdom. I've experienced it. But what if somebody else is at point A? Have I figured out how to help them do the same steps? I mean, yeah, I can get some advice, but how reliable is it? How consistent is it? Do I have the skills to change their mindsets, or to change the disciplines, or to create the habits, or to have the accountability? So if the answer is yes, I can take somebody by the hand and I can help lead them to get that result. That's when your subject matter expertise becomes really valuable, because a lot of people will want to achieve that same result. And not only will they want to hire you, but they'll want to pay top dollar. So they're not looking to hire a consultant or a coach for an hourly rate. They don't want the coaching or the consulting. What they want is that result. And so if you can demonstrate, I can help you get that result, that's when they'll pay the top dollar. Now, what a lot of people think that they need in place of that, or they think they need it before they can get that, is that they need the certifications, they need the training, or they need the degrees. And while that gives you a lot more knowledge, and you want to call yourself a subject matter expert now that you've got the degree, now that you've got this thing that you can hang on your wall, I'm going to tell you it's not practical until you can take somebody by the hand and help them get a result. So even if there's no credentials on the wall, people will hire you if you can help people get results. Now, when you run a business, there's a lot of different hats that you're going to be wearing. So it's not just being the expert. You've got to be the bookkeeper. You've got to be the custodian. You've got to manage payroll and cover the overhead and the cost of the building. You've got to do hiring and training. And whether you're big or small, even the smallest of businesses has a lot of hats that you have to wear. One of them is marketing. So how do you have people find you and see you as that expert? How do you build that authority and help them recognize that you can help them get that result? Well, things have got much easier for subject matter experts today when it comes to marketing. In the past, you might have done paid advertising, that still exists today, or you might have done search engine optimization for your website. That doesn't exist today. Now, you can still do ads, and I do recommend an ad campaign. That's not my expertise, but I recommend it for figuring out your funnel. You can have 2 different landing pages, or 2 different lead magnets, or 2 different products. You can test them, spend $50 here, spend $50 there, which one performed better, and you'll get an answer. And you can test something else and get an answer. But today, there is an amazing opportunity because of tools like Google, but the evolved version of Google, tools like YouTube, and tools like ChatGPT. People are going online and they're researching, they're asking questions, they're exploring, they're trying to figure out how to get that result. So all you have to do is know what are they typing in, and then you create the answer. So ChatGPT will serve your answer to them, and they'll have them watch your YouTube video. Or if they're searching on YouTube, of course, they'll see your YouTube video. Or if they're searching on Google, they'll find your YouTube video or they'll find your blog. So imagine people all around the world, they've never heard of you before. They need help. They want to accomplish some goal. They type in their questions and you rank at the top. They find you. They see you as the authority. And as they learn more about you, they recognize, this isn't just an hourly coach or an hourly consultant. This person is going to help me get results. This person has helped several people get that same result. It's repeatable. There's a system. I want to pay this person top dollar. Now, if you want to get to a place where your YouTube videos are ranking everywhere like we've described, and you get to a place where you have more leads than you can handle, that's a really good place to be. The pathway to that is the LEAF strategy that I teach. And I do a weekly webinar. It's not a sales presentation. If you want to talk about my services, we can talk about that afterwards. You can schedule a call with me on Zoom. But in this free webinar that I'm inviting you to, I'll teach you what the LEAF strategy is, how to find these questions, how to create the right type of videos, and how to make sure that they rank at the top of Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT. This webinar is called The LEAF Strategy. So you can go to theleafstrategy.com, register. I'll see you next week.